Today's the day. I hope you're excited. I hope you can see it from the title, from the thumbnail. Did it get you to click? I've been trying. It's not clickbait. I mean it. We're making our own cars today. It's gonna be fantastic. Welcome back to Workers and Resources, Soviet Republic. Here's Magnitograd. It's looking wonderful, isn't it? We are gonna do a couple of things today with Magnitograd. First thing we're going to do is we're gonna come over here to this building. Oh yeah. And we are gonna turn it on. Bang. That's gonna let people come over here across this bridge and build it. It's only got 186 work days left. We're gonna have to accelerate that. I'd like to accelerate that. We're gonna change the number of workers allowed in here to 500. So now everybody in Magnitograd that doesn't have a job at this tram stop here is gonna come across the bridge to build it over here. Oh, yeah. We're gonna do it even more though, because these two houses, it's about to be nighttime, so you're gonna actually see which houses are inhabited and which ones aren't. So you can see where the lights are shining and where they're not, right? There you go. Real quick check here. I want to see whether or not you guys can actually reach. Okay, you can. Good. You can reach that building. I thought you could, but I just want to make sure. And then you cannot. So this building here will pretty much only be running at the tram stop and then all the other facilities in the area. But this building can indeed work over there. So I feel good about that. We're going to say this one here is just, extra workers. I'm wondering if there's anything I can do to change that. I'm sure it's just out of range because right here, the distance looks like it's 414. I think maybe I could get that to happen if this had the street lights. I didn't make the street lights right through here. This one's got them. This little patch right here's got them, but I don't think I did it through here, and I didn't do it through here. So I think that if I did all the street light stuff through here, that might change it. So we'll look at that in the future. But the people who are going to work here, we need a combination of people to work here. These more advanced manufacturing facilities have additional requirements. It's not about just the number of people, but it matters how much education level they have. And it also, you require highly educated people, like specifically set in the game, to operate those buildings. This one, making ships, making trains, making airplanes, the nuclear power plant. A lot of these more advanced buildings require very smart people to be in them at all times to operate them. These two buildings right here are reserved for those types of people. I've got highly educated citizens who are a loyalty of 50 or higher are going to be in these two buildings right here. Now, they're not any higher quality than the rest of them, but they are in the perfect location to make sure they can walk here and they can walk to other places and everywhere they want to go. Okay, I'm going to turn these on, and I don't have any issues. I don't think we're going to have any issues at all filling this up. I think we're going to have them pretty much fully occupied immediately. But again, these are all for highly educated citizens. Now, in the beginning, probably going to say they don't have a job. Maybe not. Yeah, they're going to walk across the road to... Oh, look at them. Look at them all coming. Yeah. The first thing they're going to do is two things. They're going to walk across this bridge. A lot of people. Walk across this bridge, go in here and build this place right here. That's what they're going to do. Some of them, though, might want to drink. And so, hey, look what I've done. I've added a pub right here and a pub right here. There's been a couple of questions related to happiness in the comments previously. Like, what would cause low happiness? And you can always hover it and see. But, it's all over the place, right? You're going to have reasons for decrease spread out throughout the population, right? Like 21 people have recently lost a child, so they're very unhappy. That's not my fault, okay? That stuff can just happen. Arrival at an orphanage. 9 new people have shown up in an orphanage because other people died or, they got sick. They I don't know. But those kids ended up in an orphanage, so 9 of them also are very unhappy. But there are some things that I can fix, like the 5.9% decrease in unable to drink alcohol, for example. Now, it lowers productivity. It's going to increase health requirements, but you can let your citizens drink alcohol. You can. And it's, some players don't like to do that because it's, rather better sell it than to provide it to your people. But your people will just generally be unhappy if they can't drink it, right? So I am going to allow Magnitograd to have a good supply of alcohol. And I wanted to build the large one. I wanted to build this one because it has occupancy for 120 people. It's pretty massive. You only need 10 workers for 120 visitors. To where this pub here takes 5 workers for 60. It's exactly half though. So what I went and did is I basically just said, okay, well, I'm just gonna put, 2 of them in these tiny spots here. So I fit one right here, which is easily in range of the tram stop. And then I put one right here. And now I think, anyway, the plethora of passengers over here trying to get alcohol, as many of them do, like this one right here, for example. This person here is waiting for the passenger bus because he wants alcohol, okay? He also has a pray. He wants to pray. So there's a religious requirement there too. He's at 0%. So I'm not sure why he's got that unsatisfied, but I can't provide that building, at least not in vanilla, and I'm not going to be providing that need. So we are going to just have to deal with that. Some people are just going to be unhappy because they have no place to pray. Until they listen to the radio enough and watch the television enough and have no religious need at all, they're just going to not be as happy for that, right? So if you provide places of worship, you can increase happiness with your people. There you go. You can do that if you want to. Add a mod and do it. But this person here, his food need is met, his meat need is met, but he wants to drink alcohol and he can't do it. So he's trying to get on a bus to do it. Now, he's been waiting on that platform for 57 minutes, so he's going to time out here in a second. If I just let the time run, he'll time out, and then he'll be gone, and that will count as a need not met, okay? But now that I've got alcohol available over here, there's 6.35 tons there, 6.34 tons here. It's being managed by this distribution office. I've got 2 trucks right here, and all these guys do at the moment is they're going to come over here to the warehouse, pick up alcohol, and deliver it to these 2 pubs. I'm also planning on putting several small little kiosks around there because that's something that we can do as well. There's these little kiosks right here. 1 worker satisfies 12 people, could put up to 2 tons of alcohol in there. It's a very small building, and you do need a road connection because the trucks have to deliver to it. So it's not something that's purely walking path, unfortunately. But I could do something like this, for example, and just put a little kiosk right here, and, up to 12 people could come over here and get that. So I'm going to pick a place for that. I'm not going to do it right now, but I'm going to pick places for that. In the meantime, you can now get on the bus, the big, long bus. You can get yourself over here, and you can come and get alcohol from this side. So that's something that's possible to do now. Okay? Okay. This building is almost done, so let's just go faster speed really quick. Look at how many people are working on it. It's awesome. We have like 500 people that can work here. Okay, let's pause really quick. So, if you've never seen how to create your own cars in this game, advanced manufacturing, stuff can look maybe a little bit confusing. So I'm going to just give you a real quick crash course on that, okay? I have all the materials required connected to this building. I've got the steel directly connected with a factory connection, and then I've got this warehouse directly connected with a factory connection. And this warehouse, I'm just going to pin this. I don't want to close it. This warehouse has all the necessary ingredients for creating cars. Fabric, electrical components, mechanical components, plastics, and electronics. Those are what you need to make your car. That plus steel, which is what this is, okay? And they're directly connected with a factory connection, so I don't need any trucks to deliver this stuff. As long as my forklifts are running to do it, which I don't see any forklifts on the... Well, hang on. Am I just blind? Okay, there are forklifts running around. I was like, where'd all my forklifts go? Okay, so that's the thing, all right? We have all the materials required. But if I let this sit here, nobody's working, no engineers are here, they'll come in here, but nothing's going to get built. You're not just going to make cars. What are you making? This this building is going to permit us to have any vehicle in the game we want, including Western vehicles. We just have to buy a license for them. And licenses are very expensive. Let's give you an example. If I went over to one of my random parking lots here, I could say I want to buy, we'll just use the F126P, for example. This thing is 18,000, all right, 18.1. If I want to buy it right now, that's what it would cost for one of them. The license for this car, however, if I wait for the autosave to be done, the license for this car, however, is significantly more expensive. So there's these two buttons here. It's going to permit us to buy a license for any vehicle we want in the game, as long as it's on the roads. This does not make rail. It does not make ships. It does not make planes. Those are other buildings with other licenses. So what we can do, if I'm interested in the F126P, is I can click this button, go over to personal cars. This costs $235,000. So it takes a while. You got to make a lot of them, much like anything else in manufacturing in the real world. You got to make a lot of them to be profitable, okay? This is an investment. You're going to be way down on your investment for a long time until you're not, right? That's just kind of how this works. So I need to pay almost 250,000 rubles for the right to build them. And then I have my material costs associated with actually building them, okay? And my labor cost. If this was a different kind of game, I would have labor costs associated with it as well, right? So automakers, especially right now, especially in the battery EV sectors, right? Like Tesla's the only one that's profitable making battery electric vehicles. BYD, I think, is actually probably profitable too. I don't know. I don't know their financials, but everybody else is like losing money on every car they build, right? Like you're losing tens of thousands of dollars for every car you build until you can scale it up, right? Until you can make more at a time and sell more at a time. That's called economies of scale. I'm not going to go into like the difference of all these things, but the point is you're going to look at within this game, you're making an investment that you can carry on into the future, which is kind of similar to what I did with those big ships. I spent a whole lot of money on those ships. Like I spent 300 million rubles on ships, but they're making me my money back, and this investment will too. So what am I going to get, right? Well, I'd love to get Western vehicles. I think that'd be interesting to make our own Western vehicles, and that'd be great. There's police cars here that look very different than the other cars that we've had before. Here's a whole bunch of personal cars. These are all from like West Germany and stuff, Japan, right? Lots of interesting vehicles coming in through here. South Korea, Sweden. Here's the Chevy, the USA, right? It's great. But I need money. I don't have enough money to get the license for these. I only have 24,000 right now. It's not enough. I'm probably going to go to zero actually, because yeah, we're currently, I don't know where my oil ship is. Where's my oil? But you know what? Let's not get carried away. Let's focus. Okay. Here's the car I want to build. Okay. So I'm going to come over. I want to compare the costs. Okay. So the car I would like to build is the Zaz Lanos. It's from the Ukraine DLC. One of the main reasons I like this car is because it looks very modern compared to the rest of the vehicles, right? Which makes sense. It's up to 2017. I like the fact that it's Ukraine DLC, but I have also intentionally avoided building this or buying this car for any parking lot and any building, like Secret Police, for example. I have avoided buying this car the entire game because this is the car I want to produce in my Republic, at least to start. So this is the one I want. It costs 45,000 to buy one of them. It's got a top speed of 162 kilometers an hour, which isn't going to matter because my roads are, I don't know why they do the top speed higher than the road allows. Like it's not going to travel faster than the roads allow, but maybe it's an acceleration thing. It's probably what it is. Anyway, the other reason I like this car is because it comes in so many different colors. There's a lot of vehicles here, like this one, it only comes in this red color. You can't change it, right? Some, like the V24, for example, like it's got some color choices. It's really pretty diverse. It doesn't have as many color choices as this does, though. I love how many color choices this has. And so this is the one I want to buy a license to, Zaz Lanos. So 45,288 is what it costs to buy it. But the license for it, like $500,000, I think. Personal car value right here, 588,745 rubles for the license to build this vehicle. Our first run of this car is going to be in white. It doesn't matter what color I select here when I buy the license. I'm just looking at the different colors. I'm going to buy the license, and it disappears from the list because there's no reason to buy the license twice. So we've spent almost 600,000 rubles now on the right to buy, or the right to build this vehicle. Okay, we've licensed this vehicle. So they're still not going to start building it. You have to take and select the blueprint So next you have to come over to your list of blueprints, and it'll appear in your list. If you click blueprint and there's nothing in here, it means you haven't purchased any licenses yet. All of your blueprints appear here. Both Western and Soviet vehicles will all appear here. And if you have licenses for multiple types of vehicles, you can filter them. So I can buy, for example, a license to different dump trucks or waste trucks or, buses. The vehicles that I need to run my Republic, I have to buy license to them and then I can build them. I like personal cars first because you're going to be building them in volume, in high quantity. And you can also transport them on trucks. So you can move them around to different dealerships. You're going to make a lot of them, and I need to make a lot of them in order to make any money. So the Zaz Lanos is what we're going to be making. It requires 107 workdays, 1.3 tons of steel, and then micro amounts of all those other stuff, mechanical components and stuff. It requires that stuff to build. If you're interested in how much does other cars to build, right? So if I was to go to a personal car and go to the top value, the highest value personal car license is the T613. This is like the creme de la creme of cars, I guess. It comes in a variety of colors too. It's nice. It takes 2.1 tons of steel, 0.66 tons of mechanical components, 174 workdays. So it takes longer and it takes more resources to create this car, but it's also worth considerably more. If I was to go back to this parking lot over here, and this mostly matters if you're looking to sell the cars, which I am. I'm going to be shipping them on boats, right? And selling them. But it also, if we're building them for people in our Republic, then you're not going to sell them. So the value of them doesn't matter as much. You can, I'm not going to. I'm going to give everybody the Zaz Lanos. But if you're trying to maximize your spend or something, like minimize your costs on this, you could buy cheap vehicle licenses, build those for your citizens, and then ship out the more expensive ones to, make money. But, if I want to go to value here, so this car to buy it is normally $74,000 or 74,000 rubles, right? To buy this vehicle. So it's a more expensive vehicle and you can sell it for more money because of that. So your license costs more because you can sell it for more. Makes sense? Cool. I'm going to click this. So this is the car that we've chosen to build. Okay. Actually, I'm going to cancel that. I would like to start production with white. All of them are going to be white in color. Now it does matter what color I choose here. All of them are going to be white to start. Our first run, if you will, is going to be all in white. Now, I have never purchased this vehicle. I've never bought it. I've only bought the license. So I've never bought this vehicle. No one in my Republic, 54,000 citizens, nobody is driving a Zaz Lanos on the road right now. So when we see these cars on the road, we can look at them and go, that thing is something we built. We built that in-house. And that's going to feel pretty good, I think. So I'm going to let this run. And people are going to rush over here to begin producing this. Now, it comes in a variety of colors, right? But if I leave this as the work order, they're just going to make it over and over again in white. Okay? Look at them all coming across the bridge. Oh, they are ready to make cars, aren't they? Look at them do it. They're only going to make it in white, okay, initially. But if I want them to start making them in different colors, I can simply choose a blueprint and pick whatever color I want them to produce it in and select it, if that's what I want to do. Or, instead I can click this box, build in random color. And now they will just make a diverse range of colors for these cars, which is great. This is something we definitely want them to be able to do in the future. But the first run is going to be white. All right, so I'm going to be able to see them on the road. I'm going to look and go, yep, that's a white car, there's a white car, there's a white car. Because I haven't really bought a whole lot of white vehicles. There's not a lot of white vehicles on the road. There are some, but they look very different. Like this one here, it only comes in one color. And it looks very different than the Zaz Lanos. Like the Lanos looks very modern compared to all these older vehicles that we have on the road. So it's going to be nice to see that going. I'm going to go ahead and have these guys moving if they want to. We're going to make sure that they're at least a little bit loyal. We're going to allow them to start living here too. Okay, now I need to double check this. This can reach the store, right? Yes. Okay, good. We need to keep an eye on the number of shoppers. It is very possible, looking at this right now, it is very possible that we are going to need another store. So I thought about getting another grocery store or something over here on this side so that we can split up that a little bit, because that's going to get really crowded really fast. There's not a lot of space here, so I'm a little worried about that, but we're going to see how it goes. So if I wanted to put in a grocery store, maybe a small shopping center would be better. I just need a high capacity, so this is really big. This one's much smaller, much more reasonably sized. We can make this work, but the factory connections are in different spots, so that's something else to consider as well. I don't know if I'm gonna like this gas station being here anymore, but we could have you know, we could pull resources off of this and bring it in here, so we could have like extra people being able to shop over here. Or what I was going to do, and I don't know if I can actually do it now, but because I put this distribution center here, I was going to put another store right here, and then all these guys could walk to that store if they wanted to. It gives me enough room for factory connections and everything. But we're going to want to keep an eye on this, basically, because it looks like it's shopping like near capacity right here, right? So it's very possible that we have issues in the near future, especially if my trains are stopping, which they shouldn't be. This is a mechanical components train. Get rid of that. Where's my food train? Is it you? It's you. Okay. So you're dropping off food and electronics. Good. Full loads. You're dropping that off over here for this, which is exactly what we need you to do. Cool. Awesome. Great. So we're probably going to need more grocery stores and stuff. And it's like small stores around is a good idea too. Like having little stores. Like I might be able to somehow clean up how my electrical lines are right here and maybe put another one over here. But I think right here is going to be the better spot. I'm actually looking at... Does a warehouse fit here? Can't decide where the hell it is now. Does a warehouse fit in here? It does. The road is a question mark, but it does fit here. I just won't be able to have a road for it, which is obviously required in order to deliver anything. So that's a problem. I don't know if this is going to be allowed. If I slam this right up against the building, I don't know if this is going to be permitted. We'll have to see if this is going to cooperate with me when it comes to like the actual drive path here. I don't think it will. I think it's too close to the rail, but we can see. Do you allow me to cross? Oh, very close. Ooh, that's so close. I might be able to do something like... It's so close, but it won't do it. Because it's too close to the rail, right? We have that same problem again. I wonder if there's a place where it can cross. Is there a place where you'll allow this to happen? It's... Man, oh man. I don't think so. How about over here? Okay, you'll do it from here. That's interesting. Hold on. If I go like this, and then I cancel the road here, that leaves that little segment there. And if I went back to my warehouse, could I connect this here? It looked like it kind of wanted to for a second there. Yeah. Kinda. It's just too close. And then also the factory connection as well. All right. So I might be able to move my power lines right here. I've got a lot of redundancy in this area, remember? So I might be able to remove my power line and fit in a warehouse right here. And then have the store be here. And with the store here and the warehouse right here, I think we could... I think things could be okay. And I have another store right here, which all these guys could use, and that would free it up. So I'll look into that. I think in order to look into it, really, I probably want to take out this and this, I guess, and this. Like, we could take out this whole line, leave this alone, and then have the cables come from here, past this point, right? So they would come from, like, here, cross over here like this, then stretch this side, like that, and then from there in. That would work. All right. there's a lot of power draw here, but again, I've got redundancy, and I'm hoping others will pick up the slack since there's like a lot of different power. So we're gonna go ahead and hit you all the way back to here, I think, like that. And we'll have our demolition office, our new demolition office, Magnitograd Demo. I mean, we'll have both of them, I guess, but we'll have the demolition offices take care of that right now. And then we'll go ahead and build this. I don't think they'll actually build it because it's not really connected to anything, but I can then, you know, once these are removed, I can then connect them up pretty quickly because I know that they'll connect. Well, at least I hope that this one will. I actually don't know if this will connect there, but I hope that it will. If it doesn't, I could take this back again, and I can probably get away with you going directly there, but we'll see. So with that not having any power, again, all the other substations are going to have to pick up the slack, which they should have capacity to do so. I think we're fine. Yeah, I think we're probably pretty good there. So yeah, we're making cars, and look at, we already got a couple right here. Isn't that great? I'm gonna go. I want a very unique thumbnail. All right, it's not unique. I just want a thumbnail with one single car, like the first car that we produced, right? So I'm gonna just take a screenshot from like back in a couple autosaves before this car was built, and I'm gonna get a screenshot of that car right there specifically, so that we can see the first car that we built and have that on the thumbnail. Okay, so if you see the thumbnail, that's, if you're wondering, like, you know, if in case you were curious, that is the car in the thumbnail. There you go. It's a famous car. All right, let's take a really quick look over here, because I want to come over here and make sure everything's good here. So we have this entire nuclear setup is done now. It's kind of wild, but it's done now. So we can start, you know, creating our uranium oxide if we want to, and then we can sell it, or we can store it by using the trains to bring it over here, and we can take a look at what our nuclear setup is going to look like for power, and we can start getting, you know, the storage facilities, you know, mapped out and planned out and where they're going to be and all that stuff. I don't know exactly how far over I'm going. I want to say I'm going right here. I'm thinking this is where it's going to be, and then this is going to be just a toxic cesspool because all of our waste is going right here. But yeah, I think this is where it's going to be. And then we have obviously the town right here. People will be able to drive to nuclear, but I think we'll probably have, I see no reason why we can't have a town right here that people can go and get, you know, transported over to nuclear. They'll be close enough to where they can drive over here. They'll be able to drive to the airport later. You know, like that's a possibility. In order to actually build that, though, there's a little bit of time left. But in order to build that, I'm going to have to take this rail, right? And we're going to have it come right over like this. And it's going to, wherever the nuclear is, the trains are going to be engaging with that, picking up, dropping off, etc., for the resources for that. And so we're going to need that to be, you know, wherever that train's going, we're going to have to route it where it's going to have to be. But at that point, then the trains can then start delivering to the storage to get ready for converting those stuff. Because once you hit uranium oxide, all the rest of the conversions that you're making for nuclear, they pollute a lot more. And so that's why I want, like, this over here, it doesn't bother me much. It doesn't pollute that much. But once you start processing uranium oxide, now you're getting really polluting. And so that's why I'm kicking it way over here for that. Yeah, but anyway, these buildings are built now. And since I didn't specify storage originally, the trains just started bringing things here. Because I just told them to hook up here, and I told them to, you know, to unload. And originally they were just unloading what was requested from these warehouses because that's what was connected. But then this finished construction, and I didn't specify, so now I'm technically requesting everything. So they started filling it up with boards. There's a lot of boards in here, 474 tons of boards now. I have got trucks that are bringing it over here, but it's just going to take time because they're not going to do it past the point here. So as we build new things, we'll use boards, and then the trucks should be bringing them over here and replacing them out. But in the meantime, we do at least have capacity for half full. And so we could fill this up with half the uranium oxide, which is more than enough for a train to pick up, you know, 300 tons of it or so. and send it to the border. And we're gonna end up selling it initially until we're ready to store it. We're gonna sell it. So that's there. And then I think I've got garbage all set up over here. Probably want to have like, you know, about a couple of biological waste dumps here, and then some plastic waste. I'll do like 1, maybe 2 for plastic, 1 metal scrap. They do tend to use some of that stuff. And then over here, for the mine, we've already started. Some people walked over here and started mining it. So we do have some uranium ore in here. This is going to generate construction waste, right? So we need a place, like it's a mine. So I'm tearing this out because I want a bigger waste storage. Then I actually don't have a waste storage that's valid for this. I just totally forgot about this building. I didn't forget about this building, but something is annoying me. And I'm hoping that by making this road gravel right now, and maybe that'll fix it, but I doubt it. I'm doing it anyway, though. I built this specifically because with the dirt roads, the way they were laid out, it's in range for both of these buildings. Both of these can have its waste go here. That's why I built it there. But once the buildings were constructed, the waste bins are doing that thing again where like they're not connecting. You can have something right next to a building and for some reason it's not connecting to it. That's still a bug that I'm not able to push through, and so this one is doing that now. Remember, this was placed before the upgrade, before the update to the new version of the game, right? So it was showing me that it was connected before. Now it's not showing me that. I'm hoping that this, you know, again, just remaking the roads and, you know, remaking where the dirt roads and stuff are, maybe that will solve the problem. We'll see. Just waiting for this guy to finish the road. There we go. Okay, now I want to cheat. Bye. And then I'm going to go like this and hope that it fixes something. So are you in range of any building? You are not. It's saying it's not, but it totally should be, but it isn't. It should be like 121 meters away or something like that. It's right in range. So what I have to do, what I've done before, is I just kind of remake the roads is how I've done this before. So we'll just pull this back a little bit. And then we'll remake the road again. See if that connects anything. Okay, that for some reason now connects that over there. It's weird, right? It just does really weird things. So now it's in range of that building, but it's still not in range of this one. So let me see if I just take this road out and put you on the road here. You know, maybe if I... Let's see. Can I... Are you like right on the road? Oh, you are. Corner of that building is right on the road. Okay. Let's try this. I know it sounds weird, but we'll try that. Does it work now? Nope. All right. Let's try going like this. Does it work now? Still nope. Still that building only. Really odd. It really should connect to this one too. Well, I'm gonna have to keep dinking around with it until it works. I mean, I'll just put a random road right there and see if it works. How about like that? You gotta be kidding me. Game. Video game. All right, well, until I figure it out, we're just gonna leave. We're just gonna have people working this one only, and we'll leave this one off until I can figure that out. But yeah, it's not connecting to where it was supposed to be connecting a long time ago. We're just gonna leave all of these. Oh, well, okay, there's that too. Just go like this. I guess I could connect it straight down, but it's the fact that it's not connected close enough, right, is usually what it is. Well, I'll figure it out later, offline. If I have to reposition it, I will, but I don't want to. I'm annoyed. Everything else looks like it's probably pretty good. We got garbage overfill in the orphanage, so that's doing it too. When I positioned this, it was in range of the orphanage, and now it's saying it's not. It's in range of the sports center, but not the orphanage. So now the orphanage, like all this waste came from the orphanage. And now for some reason, it's just not. Weird. All right, well, just to be on the safe side here, because I can't control it, we're going to put you right over here. We're just going to have another waste bin connected to this. It's also connected to the hospital, which I was trying to avoid, and I guess I can by just eliminating this road, so I will do that too. But we're going to put this right here, and we're going to have that be a high priority, and we're going to get Zarnowski's development team on that, and maybe even have helicopters help if they want to. But we'll get another waste bin over here, I guess. It's the only thing I can do with it. It is interesting to me that this is in range. I don't need this. We can get rid of this. Get rid of that and then put that there. And that will prevent this from serving the hospital, since the hospital already has the big one. All right, fine. Other than that, though, everything over here is pretty much ready to go. So we can have people like, for example, mining or whatever. I'm moving the gas station, though, right? I said I wanted to have a better waste setup for this. So I'm moving this gas station. All the offices have been told to load from here instead of unload. So we're going to get the gas out of there, whether that's by refueling vehicles or just pulling it out of there. And I've replaced it with this gas station here. So now the trucks are loading this one instead. And I'm just kind of shifting it over to where it's out of the way. We'll tear this down. I'll put a better waste, big waste bins right here with construction waste ready to go. And then, yeah, that's it. We'll turn this on. Yeah, this would be great. Was there anything else I wanted to show you? I don't think so. I don't think so. This road is still very busy in the fall. And like with all the personal cars coming this way too. Still very busy. Working on the light timings, trying to figure out, what the correct timings are for them. I have told this side here that they're not allowed to cross and turn left here. This is a no left turn. So if they want to go left, they have to come around and then turn around here and go this way. I believe that's going to alleviate some of the pressure. And then it allows this side to go straight if it wants to there. But this does have a dedicated... Well, actually, I really don't know why these guys didn't go. It was green light for them just now. That's so weird. Why didn't you go? This is a green light. It's because they want to turn left. So I really wish I could say no left turns in this game so that it would force them to go like this and then turn around and come back this way. That's how we do it in Michigan, man. We do it a lot of places that way. And I'd really like that to be the thing. I want them to have to turn around and have no left turns here. I think the only way to prevent left turns would be to remove the road, but then they can't go straight. So, I mean, I guess that's an option. They wouldn't be able to go straight, but if I got rid of this, well, yeah, there's a car there already. If I got rid of this, we'll just stop this for a second. We'll just cancel that. Everyone who wants to go straight has to go right and then go turn right and then turn. Yeah. Has to go right, then go left, then go right. Yeah. On both sides. And then for now, until I can get the road properly paved and everything for this, we'll go ahead and put that there, which will give them a way to do that now. And then I'll properly pave it here. Oh, maybe not. What? Whoa, you won't connect there. All right, well, we'll probably connect here then. That's fine. So you'll be able to turn around here on the dirt until this is completed. And then you can use this as a turnaround. So we'll have Zarnowski's office go here. And this is still gravel, which is fine. I'll probably pave it. I'll probably pave it later. Whatever. Let's get Zarnowski. Let's do it now so I don't forget. So we'll have this be paved. Maybe we'll do it further away. Yeah, you know what? We could do it here instead, actually. Every time I want to click something. Every time. Autosave, damn. All right, so we'll just have Zarnowski do this. And then when this is done, we'll leave this. It's gravel. They may choose to still use it. I don't know. But I do kind of want to have this road be able to turn if they want to. There's not that many cars coming through here, so I think it should be fine. The bus station's done, but hasn't been told not to use it yet. So bus station's there. We got cars right here now, which is really great. Yep. And they're doing this all on their own, right? Now, speaking of cars, and that's the whole point of this video, or the focus of this video is supposed to be on our car manufacturing. How do we go about moving the cars, right? How do we go about selling them? How do we go about moving them, right? We have these limited edition Zaz Lanos white cars. How do we, distribute them to our people? Well, we do that through car dealerships. And car dealerships, of course, they have a very limited amount of space to store their cars. So you need to have storages next to them potentially too. First, because the grand experiment of Zernovsky is personal cars, and this is the area where personal cars are thriving, I'm going to sell them here first. All right. I'll distribute them here first. So that's what this is for. And apparently it needs a bit of just some workers to do it. It'll do it. That's what this is for. This was built way early. It wasn't supposed to be built this early, but it's here. This is a space for vehicles, right? Vehicle storage right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to have vehicles be taken out of this and brought with a truck over to the car dealership, which is still up and running somewhere. Where did I put that car dealership? It's in here, right here. Car dealer, right here. The trucks will bring it in here. We'll drop off 15 of them, and people will go ahead and buy them. We got 15 buyers in the queue. They're like, I'm waiting for a car. Whenever you have it, I'll take it, right? That's what these guys are here. So there's no cars to sell, so we can't. But we'll have more sellers, and things will go from there, right? So you can put like 10 workers in here if we want to, and, that can increase how fast we can sell cars, right? And so what we're going to do for this is that only university-educated people are going to be permitted to buy cars from this. We have a lot of people who don't have education right now, but from this dealership, because I want to control traffic, and I have a lot of cars on the road right now, I want to control this a little bit. So only university-educated people are going to be allowed to take cars from this. Then I want only those who are really loyal, plus 75%. Only those guys can buy cars from this dealership, okay? So now we've made it to where you have to have a very good education, and you have to be very loyal before you can get yourself get your hands on a Zaz Lanos. All right, got to be able to do that. So that's what we're going to end up having. So how do we get the cars over here? Right, that was the thing. Well, we're going to have. This is a snowplow. We're going to have a vehicle that can haul cars. So we're going to have a. Where is it? Where is it? Wow, I am drawing a blank. Open haul. There it is. Big capacity. Now, this can load 27 tons on its flatbed, but it's also hauling a trailer. So it's not actually going to have as many cars as maybe this one does, which can haul 18 tons. This is going to be my flatbed that I'm going to use to distribute cars in this area. So this flatbed is going right here, all right? Maybe we'll put it on a distribution office later. I don't know. But for now, it's going to be a dedicated truck. And this truck's responsibility is to pick up cars from here, wait till loaded. I don't need to wait till loaded, but yeah, I mean, I guess I could. But pick up cars from here, all right, and take them over here, wait till unloaded, all right? So all the cars will be here, and then people can go ahead and get them. Why is this stopping? It's just a light. There's nobody here at the light. I might have to adjust that light. I think I will have to adjust that light. What cycle are you on right now? 20-second cycle? I mean, I like it, but I think it's too short. The one you just came from is a 10-second cycle on just 8. So left turn lane here. And then 6. 6 was this side. Okay, that's interesting. So you let 6 go first and clear out, and then this left turn lane can go. But while this left turn lane's going, we should be allowing 4 to go as well. Unless I'm reading this wrong. This is for 8. Yeah, it's the left turn lane. So we should have 4 being allowed to go here as well. Because if we're reserving it... Oh, no, wait. 8 is this lane. Oh, yeah. 8 is this lane right here. Okay. Well, if this lane's allowed to go, then 5 should be allowed to go at the same time. Yeah. And then it switches to 4. I like that. Okay, I must have messed that up. Anyway, I'm not here to focus on Zernovsky traffic lights. I'm here to focus on this. So distribution of cars, right? Distributing of cars. We're going to change this to a one-way. Not that we need to, but I'm going to do it anyway, just so I can see it. And now we need a train that comes in, picks up the cars, and takes them over there, okay? So we're going to come over to our handy dandy thing over here. We got a lot of different trains and different wagons and stuff. I'm confused. What are you doing? Why are there refrigeration cars in here? Oh, I think I was going to do that, didn't I? I forgot about that. I was going to have a refrigeration train going nonstop back and forth buying meat, wasn't I? I did that in the last video, didn't I? I'm going crazy here. Yeah, I said I was going to do that in this video, and I didn't do it. Well, here it is. We're going to have you do this. Let's just have it do it right now. Erase that. Come over here. Going to buy meat from the border. It's going to cost us a lot. That's fine. Load it, and then unload it right here. Where is it? Right here. Unload it right here. Yep. You're just going to do that now. Back and forth. Off you go. So this one here, I think we'll set up for car distribution. Now, I know what you guys are saying. Like, what about electric trains? Electric trains, electric trains, again, we're not electrified everywhere where we need to be, right? Trains that can do it, will do it. But we're not electrified everywhere we need to be yet. And we're getting there. It's happening slowly, but it's happening. But this entire area here is not electrified, so there's no reason to do that. Now, I might be able to deliver it. The storage for this is over here. So take a look at this track. Not electrified, right? Not electrified. None of this is, right? Can you collapse, please? Thank you. None of this is electrified. And this line is exclusive. Like, if I close this to electrify it, no trains are going to Zernovsky, period. I guess they can go this way, though. Yeah, they could go this way, right? You can go to the tunnel, and then they come out, and yeah, then they can deliver it over here. But they won't be able to go into this intersection from this side, but they can still get it from the other side. Yeah, okay. That's why I built redundancy. Never mind. I'm crazy. I'm having one of those days, I guess, today. But anyway, none of this is electrified, right? All the way through here, none of it is, right? So I still have to do that yet. It's just not done yet, right? So we're working on it. You know, I got certain elements over here. All the rails are done now. All the rails that I've built are done, except for our next focus, which is food. And that's these rails over here. I'm trying to get these rails done. And they got this one done up to here. And these are all electrified. At least this part is. I think maybe this part is not. Oh, so we'll have to work on that too. So still, there's work ahead of us, right? So I'm gonna stick with diesel for now because it's the way to go. That's just how it's gonna be. I need this train to not have this line. I need this train to go to the border over here, and I want you to pick up cargo wagons, but specifically cargo wagons that can haul vehicles. Not every open wagon can do this. So you'll see that this one can do it, can load vehicles on flatbed. This one can do it, right? This one cannot. So just because it's an open car or an open wagon doesn't mean it can do it. You have to look for the ones that say can load vehicles on flatbed. So we're going to have it load the 13926. All right. And then we're going to have it come back to it's right over here. There it is. Yeah, have you do that. All right. That's what that train's going to do right now. And then all I need to do is make sure I buy that. So we'll come over here, cargo wagon. We're going to say open is what I wanted. Open hull. No, I'm just going to leave it cargo wagon. We'll go open wagon. This one, 13926. We're going to buy 1, 2, 3 for now. We'll buy 3 of those, and that'll be how we distribute our cars. We'll be through those, okay? So once that's in here and ready to go, the train will then make its way over here, and we'll start loading them here. And we're going to have it wait till loaded, so it's a fully loaded train, shipping cars over there to Zernovsky to sell, okay? But in the meantime, this thing will just keep producing. It's looking good. Now, in order to keep pace with our materials, I can't have everybody working here, right? We got 400 max here. I can't have everybody doing that because it's robbing workers from the other stuff, right? So I do have to limit how many workers I do over here. And for now, I think we're going to limit it to 100. That's 300 people that are now going to want to go here instead. 400 people. Well, almost 400 people because the engineers count too, right? You only need 25 engineers for 100 workers. So we're going to make cars slower. But it's okay because eventually we were going to run out of materials anyway, because we were going to use up all of our electrical components or something, right? I feel like we can do a little faster than that though. We have some stuff built up. I'll go 200 instead. Yeah, we'll let 200 be in here instead. But either way, I'm going to get more people coming here now so that the trams can, you know, move those people faster. And I may need another tram. We'll see. Like, this is ready to go. Like, I think I'm going to need another tram. This one's coming in, but hopefully this one just leaves right away. It does leave right away. Okay. This one just picked up people. There we go. It's got a capacity of 88. But there's still people left to pick up. 69 of them, to be precise. Still people that want to get picked up here. Only 5 people on this bus. There's probably more people coming the other direction. Which one is it? Is it you? Yeah, you. Yeah, 87 passengers on this bus heading over here. Probably because they want to get their alcohol. So they're drinking over here. Yeah. And then all these waste bins are, you know, collecting the waste for this stuff, so it's all good. Okay? So that's what we're on about right now. We're just going to let this run for a little while, get a good load of cars. I'll try to balance out where people are and everything, and then I'll bring you back in. One thing to note is that we are completely out of dollars, right? We have no dollars. And in order to get that, we have to wait for the oil train, the oil boat to come back. It's the only way we can get our dollars. But in the meantime, we do have several boats that are, you know, dropping off the bauxite to give us a lot more rubles. I believe we're actually buying oil right now, which is why our money's going kind of doing weird things. So if I was to look at my exports right now, we're exporting bauxite at the same time. Okay. So there's a boat dropping that off right now. And then on our import side, we are, well, we bought a lot of meat. We're currently buying oil, right? So we just have to kind of wait for that train to, the boat. We have to wait for the boat. It's not a train, it's a boat. We're gonna wait for that. No rolling blackouts in Magnitograd. We fixed that problem. I'm satisfied. It's all fixed up now. Okay? I'm gonna let it run for a little bit and then I'll bring you back in. All right, so all of these buildings are done. Should we flip the switch? I think I'm getting pretty close to flipping the switch and getting some people in here. Now, I've got bus routes running right now. They're like spacing themselves out and getting everything going. I believe there's 3 now, but there's going to be 4 buses on this route. I'll just go ahead and open up this bus right here. So there's going to be 4 buses on this route. It's a real simple route. All it does is it goes over to this bus stop that's right next to these, and then it takes them over to the chemical bus stop. And then it tags up on this end station right here in the middle of it, just so they can properly space themselves out. And that's it. That's their bus route, back and forth through there. Okay, so I'm gonna flip the switch on this. Now I can't have them work uranium until I get this building out of the way. And there's still 3.5 tons of fuel in here. I don't care. I'm not. This isn't urgent. It wasn't even supposed to be built yet, so I don't care if they work here or not. But just know, like, I can't flip this on until I can properly manage the waste from that mine. But we can get people into this bus stop, and that's what we're going to do. So workers, go. And then we're going to say, go. Allow citizens in there really quickly. We'll turn off that star. I think I'll probably turn off that star for everything here. We're just going to make sure that anybody who comes in here has at least some degree of loyalty, wherever they are. We're also going to make sure they have an education already, because I don't have a school in this area, at least not yet. This right here is a school, and it is currently building. It'll provide any overflow that we need for schooling in this area if we need it. But I don't think I need to start with people, you know, I think I can start this with people who have an education already, at least at a basic level. So there we go. People are here. And of course we have the kindergarten. There's a football field right here. I'm thinking about putting some sports, maybe like a sports complex right here. There is another one right here. And I actually, now that I've clicked it, I don't need to do that. I expected this to be used more, but not quite yet. It might have something to do with walking paths. Not really. No, they should be able to get in through here. So I don't think that's it. Weird. Well, anyway, so these guys are there, and then they can go to this bus stop. So now this bus can go ahead and pick them up. There we go. Load them up onto the bus. Not everybody can drive this bus, but there'll be a lot of people that ride that bus. That's a full bus right there. That is a genuine full bus with 85 people in it. I'm loving that. And they're going to go over to work in chemicals. So we should be able to get a lot more chemicals now, hopefully. We have 72 completed cars. Almost 73 completed vehicles. Ha ha ha. Brilliant. We have the track builder in here. It's doing some things. I noticed that we didn't really have a way for, like, the train could get in here, and that's good, but it didn't have a way to come back through this way. I think originally what I was going to do is let this carry through and put it in the intersection so that the train would just pull through and then go this way. And it doesn't seem like a bad idea because this is a pretty slow area. There's not enough tracks through here and everything. So like, there's a possibility that I should do that. But I also have to think about where I want the trains to go. And we already have the location in Zernovsky where we're going to be delivering the cars. That's right here, right? We're going to be delivering it here. And there's a reconstruction happening. I guess I'll just go high priority there. Because I want this done right now. Reconstruction there. We're dropping the cars off here. And there's already a truck waiting. This truck is ready to go. I'm ready to load the cars and take it to the car dealership is what this truck is going to do. And that train that's doing that is this one here. So we have this one right here. And I could probably just tell it to go now. I think I probably should. Let's just do that. So this train is going to take off with its open hulls. And I don't know how many cars it can take at a time. Maybe like 30 or so. Like, I don't know how many cars it can really haul. But it's going to be able to haul quite a few. We'll see what the count is when it's got them, you know. And then it's going to pull in here and it'll do its thing. And anyway, there wasn't a way for them to turn around and get back on the right track. So I've got this track builder in here that's hopefully going to do it for us. So it should be building this right now. Yeah, let's just get it to do that. There we go. And I would suspect anyway, based on the distance that train has to go and the fact that, you know, sometimes they stop here, because it is to be honest, like, this is a very, I want to say probably, I don't want to say unorthodox way of doing trains in this game, right? Like, I feel like a lot more people who do trains in this game, they do fewer trains that are longer and they don't have a whole lot of intersections, right? They don't intersect with roads. To be fair, this is supposed to be a bridge later, but that doesn't affect this one. All of this stuff here could have been, well, better thought out, okay? Admittedly, it could have. But it's kind of in place now, and I'm just going to run with it. And, you know, every once in a while, I'll see a train that I can kind of cheat with a little bit, like this one here. I can just kind of go like that. But that's not really a solution, you know? I don't want workers having to just sit around in the train at red signals, right? So there's probably some things I can do here to improve this. Having custom trains where they're not distribution offices, for example, would be a good way to go, because then I can tell them to specifically take certain routes. So I can have, for example, more trains going around here and taking this route as opposed to just constantly taking this one because that's where they are. So it's there's a thing I can probably do over time, but we'll see. Maybe it won't be that big of a deal in the long run. There's a traffic jam for a forklift. What? Why is there a traffic jam for a forklift? Why would there ever be a traffic jam for a forklift? You silly forklift. What are you doing? Thank you. Dumbass. All right. Anyway. Where's my buses? Right here. So I got 2 more buses that I can put on that route. Right? Those B732s that I'm using for this route over here. So where is that? Where's that route? I just got to be just any white bus in this area right here. All right. So this is what we've got for our route. It's this line right here. This line has 4 buses on it. And I'm just going to real quick add these 2 buses to that line so I don't forget. And if I need them, if it looks like I need them, then I'll add them to the line. We'll see. So at the moment, we've got, you know, a lot of people are going to be going to the bus stop to work because it's kind of the only place they can work since this stuff is shut down. But eventually, we will have people working over here, and then I won't need as many buses. So it's kind of what I'm trying to control right now is how many buses do I need. I'll allow people to work here, or allow people to live here. Also, I'm just building more bridges and stuff too, like pedestrian bridges over top of this and over top of this and over top of this, and just kind of giving more access to this area. What we need to do is figure out where we want things to be, all right, to really get people going with this. So I'm kind of thinking a car dealership, because we have one, but we need to have more dealerships accessible by people if we want people to have their own personal cars. And I guess I could put it here if it fits. It's a little far away. Maybe not. Maybe it's okay. Hang on. Put a car dealer right here. So let's see. Like, how does this really reach everybody? It's got a pretty good coverage, honestly. It's got pretty decent coverage. I like that. We're gonna put a car dealership here. And you don't need to use the factory connections. It is more efficient to do that with your deliveries and such. It is. But you don't need to use the factory connections. It will work with just, you have that constant truck that's going to sit there. How I do it, instead of having more space occupied here. Okay, so usually I would probably just have a train pull right in and drop it off in a storage. Okay, but you'd need a lot more space to do that. What I'm going to do is these cars right here, these trucks, they're going to load, and then they're going to go to the car dealership with a wait until unloaded command. So if they fill up the car dealership, then the truck itself serves as extra storage until it needs to go, and then it goes to get more. And that's kind of how I do it. So there's a truck dedicated to every car dealership, basically. And I think that's going to work out okay. Let's have this path right here. Can I continue it this direction? It might look a little sloppy, but I think it's going to look... I think it will look exceptionally sloppy. But let's just try it. We'll go about say like this, and then around. Yeah, like that. Oh, come on now, game. Don't do this to me. There you go. There you go. Hey, it's gonna look okay. It's a little jagged right here. I could probably improve that. If I wanted to, if I really wanted to, I could probably improve that a little bit. There we go, like that. Okay. So we'll do that, and then again, Zernowski, you're doing this task. Helicopters, help me with the car dealership. Okay, good. And that's another place for people to work and stuff as well. Don't tell me you guys aren't doing this. Oh wow. Okay. Well, they'll take care of that too. So we'll go ahead and flip the switch on. Let's say both of these are done, so we'll go ahead and let them move into there too. Okay. So with all that happening, we should have some more people working chemicals, which means we have more people working plastics. And we're making more plastics. We need more plastics for all the cars. Okay, so I want to see this. This track is done now. The signals are in good shape. Indeed they are. Where is my train? Oh, is it right here? It's right here. I hear a train a-comin'. It's coming around the bend. I better stop. I sound just like Johnny Cash, don't I? So I don't want to get copyright striked on YouTube. Oh, look at all the cars. Yeah, scoot them over. All right, so how many cars is this thing hauling right now? It has... Well, it's got 20 here and then another 16. So 36 vehicles per trip. I think that's pretty dang good. It also doesn't take up that track, which is great. It's gonna head this direction instead. Underneath the boat. Lovely. And it'll work its way out over here. And it'll come all the way down here. And then it'll take a right at this point over here. And it'll eventually work its way over and drop it off right here. Oh, yeah. Definitely good. I need to have another one of these. So let's say it's an RMD 19256 blah, blah, blah. So where is this? Open hull. Capacity U. Blue color? Keep the blue? Ooh, I don't know which blue. There's multiple blues. Wow. Okay, I'll just take this one. Fine. So we'll have another one come in there. Now, you might be wondering, as I came back in, you might be wondering about my money, and it was really low. I had that dedicated train, which I no longer have it doing to the border because it's way too damn expensive. Meat is insanely expensive right now. Meat is by far our biggest expense over the last few months. Let me just take a look. So if I went to last month, we imported 23.5 million rubles worth of meat. That's just a lot, okay? That's just a little excessive. All right, but we needed to do it. 4.5 million here this month too. And it's a little excessive, but we needed to do it. The previous month, it was 11.5 million. So I put so much money into meat the last couple of months, and it caused massive, financial losses. But I got this thing full now, so I shouldn't hear any complaints for meat for several months because I got a whole bunch of it ready to go. And Yeah, because like a lot of them couldn't get meat, and that's another reason for the happiness to drop. Now that they can get their meat, well, happiness is going back up, 72% now. I don't think we'll probably, like, I don't really see a situation in my republic anyway where I'll be reliably over 80% happiness consistently. I mean, maybe, but I don't know. As long as they're not leaving, I'm kind of okay with 72. I feel like 72% happiness is better than the United States, you know, and like real world talk here, or getting close to home here. I feel like 72% happiness is better than the United States, you know, or better than most countries in 2024. So, hey, I think I'm doing all right. All right, so bus stop. There are not a whole lot of people waiting here. I don't know if it's because they're just, I mean, they're probably walking to, I bet they're walking to construction sites. Well, actually, I don't know that, but I was betting they would be walking to things like this, with the stairs and everything, but they still don't have this done. Well, whatever. Where's my train? I want to see it. Where's my cars? All right, right here. Cars are in. All right, we got cars delivered. The train took off to go get more, okay? And then the truck. Where's the truck? I got to see that delivery. The truck. There it is. The truck is, it still has the vehicles on it, so it just took off. And it's gonna, it only loads 4 at a time. Oh, it only does 4 at a time. I don't know if this is a good, I don't know if this is a really good vehicle to use for the car dealership, but this is what we got. We're gonna just do it with what we got. So yeah, he'll wait in traffic a little bit, and then I want to see, people are gonna buy them right away, right? We got, the cars will get delivered here, and then it'll just be boom, people will start buying them. And remember, only university educated people with government loyalty over 75% are permitted to buy these things. And they're gonna be gone pretty close to just like off the lot here. Who is the first person in our republic? Where is he? Where'd he go? Who is the first person in our republic to own the new Zaz Lanos? All right, the owner of the car is Mazhayeva Amalia Yurieva Evna. I don't know how you say their name, but she's 26, 88% productivity, high education. What's your loyalty? We don't even know. We don't know. She got around the system. What a jerk. Where do you live? Where's your place of dwelling? I'm gonna follow you. But this is the first one, the only one driving on the roads in our republic. She's got that signature white. That's what we're gonna call it, signature white. All right, perfect. I don't know where she lives. I'm wondering if she, I mean, it tells me she's on her way to this parking lot, which doesn't really tell me where she lives, but she could very well be, you know, moving in over here or something. Maybe she lives in the secret. That would make sense, wouldn't it? Anyway, so another location for the car dealership we're gonna put right there, and then we'll have another truck that will do that part. And then for Charlebinsk, I'm torn between a couple of options, and some of those options would actually require me to tear down a building. The first one I'm gonna do actually is one of those options. So I am gonna move, I think, to have a technical service office placed right here. I'm gonna go with technical services, and we're gonna kind of go like this. We're gonna do like this. We're gonna just rotate it really quick, and we're gonna plop this like right here, right like this. All right, so we're just gonna place this here, and then we're gonna have a gravel road. Just gonna have this become gravel, and then we're gonna have view connect like that. Okay, and then we'll just get our amazing crews on this. All right, obviously we want our best road crews on this, right? So we'll get that going, and I don't think we'll need any labor for it. We might need labor for that. It's possible. We'll just mark it anyway. It's fine. So we'll get that going, and once that technical service office is done, I'm gonna move these guys, these 8 vehicles here. I'm just gonna copy all the settings and move these guys over here, because this is a really close spot. It's close to all the people, right? I don't think this is a good spot for technical services. I think this is a good spot for a car dealership. I'm going to put that here, because this car dealership, I mean, if I reposition it a little bit, I would suspect I could get that entire neighborhood if I just like redid walking paths and stuff. And same thing with this over here. I could probably get access to all those guys. And then they can go get their cars, and they'll end up parking them over here, and then we'll have a really bustling city with all sorts of personal cars put in there. And then, you know, for Charlotte West, there's not a lot of people living over there, but there is this, like up on the hill. Thing is, they can ride the bus to this bus stop. There's buses that go back and forth between these stops, right? You know, intercity buses, right? And they can ride the bus to the other bus stop and then walk to the car dealership to buy their car. So it's really, that spot is accessible by pretty much everybody that lives in the city. There's also a bus stop that goes, there's a bus route that goes from here to the other bus stop too. So it's basically, as long as I put that car dealership in range of this bus stop, pretty much everybody in Charlevins can reach it. And that's great. So that's what we're going to do. It's a slow rollout, right? It's like 4 cars at a time, apparently. But it's a slow rollout, but that's okay. All right. We want it to be a slow rollout because if it starts getting really heavy and traffic starts getting really bad, that's when I can pull the plug and say, nobody works at the car dealership anymore. And then obviously there won't be anybody working there. And so there won't be anybody to sell the cars. As far as where we drop it off with the train, well, I was thinking over here. Seems like it's fairly out of the way, but also pretty close to the dealership itself. I say out of the way, but it's not really because you still have to take this path. I was really trying to avoid having to use this. And so the one way to avoid using that would be to drop it off over here instead. The advantage of dropping the cars off over here is that, I mean, the truck still has to come all the way through the city to deliver it, which is not great. However, it's also much closer to delivering it to a car dealership that we could have in Charlevins North as well to distribute cars that way. And we're not going to attach storages to these car dealerships. I am simply going to roll them out as fast as we make them, and we'll roll them out as fast as the trucks can implement them and stuff. The storages that we drop them off of the trains, those storages might fill right up, and that's fine. And as soon as the storages fill up, then we just start selling all of our access production, right? So I think that's a good idea. But I think we just brought what, 30? It was 36, right? Yeah, 36 vehicles is what we just brought over there. So I think we've made, I wanted to have the first 100 cars be white. I don't know why. It was just like, that's what I'm going to do, right? First 100 cars. So when we get to finished vehicles 64, then I'm just going to hit this button and we'll start seeing random colors being made as well. And we'll have 100 white Zaz Lanos in our Republic. And then it might still make whites after that, but you know, it'll have them mixed in with the blacks and blues and greens and yellows and turquoise and pinks and all the other colors that are available there. Train just picked up some more. Oh boy, that's going to throw off my count. I want to say there's like 5 more left to make. Maybe 4. I think it's 4 more. Well, that's 36, right? We could count it, right? That's 36 again, right? So that's 72. So 72. And with 72, we need another 28. So yeah, 3 more left. And then I can hit that little button there. Not that it really matters, to be honest. All right, that is 28. That's the first 100. It looks like it's going to be the first 101. So there we go. I'm going to flip that button. And then we're going to see if it flips the new colors on its own like this. It should. Yeah, so it's making green. I like this olive green color. So we can start getting other ones in here now. It's cool. All right, sweet. We're also going to want to make, I'm going to make some of these for like police departments and stuff like that too. And yeah, black ones and everything. Make that olive green. There it is. So there's new colors, you know, kind of, I guess we're kind of biased towards green here. It doesn't really look random as much as it is like cycling through them and in the order in which they appear in the list. There's so many color options. Why are you sticking to green? You silly game. Anyways, that's it. We are now producing our own vehicles. I'm thinking that's back to white. I'm thinking that's it's game over, right? GG, we're done. We win. Okay, cool finale. Thanks for watching. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, that's a big milestone. Being able to make our own cars like that is a big milestone. And as long as we can keep up with the plastic, which is difficult to do. We don't have a whole lot of people working plastic over here. So that is going to be difficult to do. We need a steady stream of chemicals brought over here. We have a steady stream of oil already, so that's not a problem. But we need a steady stream of chemicals being brought here. And that just means we need a whole lot more people working in chemicals. So hopefully this bus stop and stuff is, you know, this extra bus stop with these extra workers and stuff is going to make a huge difference for me. But we still need more. Still need a lot more. Which is why the long-term plan is to have a significant portion of the central part of Charlemagne's North is also going to be working here. They're going to get there with the metro train and everything. So, like, a lot of people who probably work in this, live in this building, will most likely also be, you know, coming over here and working in factories and stuff too, potentially. So, yeah, seems good. I'm going to flip the switch on the rest of these buildings that I haven't already, and we should have good heating over here. It shouldn't be a problem with any of that. And now they will rush to the bus stop. And yeah, these buses will just keep coming and picking them up. I might need an extra one. It looks like I'm going to need an extra one. Platform terminal is full. I'm sorry, what? You have a higher capacity than 65, dude. What do you mean their terminal is full? You definitely have a higher capacity than 60. I mean, you got over 100 people in there now. So yeah, I definitely need these other buses to be joining the party here. So I'm going to get you going. I'm going to get you going. And then you are going to do the car dealership route as soon as this is done, which it's getting there. It'll be done by the time we start the next video, okay? Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.